Welcome back to Kaiserpunk, episode number 6. We're going to continue on with our battalion on the attack. The South Appalachian area is vulnerable. They only have 2 militia units. And right now, while we're not facing any localized enemy, we can get total control of the region and really assert ourselves. And so for now, we're going to do just that. There are going to be some more difficult options out there. As we know, some regions have proper garrisons, and so we're not going to simply defeat them. But we are really giving ourselves an easy growth model in the short term. Now, it's a good time to reacquaint ourselves. First off, we have plenty of pops available for new jobs. Finances are both looking much better in actual physical cash, but also the cash flow is looking a lot better. We are starting to reach some of our stock limits, so we're going to have to look into that one. But plywood's good, bricks are really good. Water is getting a little bit short, so I do think that there is another location that can provide water. I mean, we might want to get on that soon, and let's check the stock. Cellulose is a little bit negative. Clothes is still a little bit negative, and we are neutral on meat. I think the meat we can easily take care of without doing anything crazy. Let's see, where did I put the... there's the ranch. Just a couple upgrades will help with the production cycle and put us back in positive there without needing anything new. And yes, I thought I had a water location really close to the road, and we did. So just like that, we have what we need. I think one of our first targets for today is to get cement on the go, as we're going to get into higher tiers here very soon. I'm not getting limestone yet either, so we're going to have to take care of that as well. But let's make the cement factory. Ooh, that's still a dirt road. Let's take care of that. At least make it gravel for now. And limestone's very convenient for us, as the road literally touches it as it is. We just need to get a depot there as well. I've also added our first warehouse to increase overall stock capacities, but that has led to a shortage now in power. We could get into a diesel power plant, but we're not quite ready for that, so I'm going to get a second coal power plant. We've also just used up the spare population that we had, so we are going to need to address that one as well. Let's see, I want to be able to slip a road through there, so let's keep a little bit of space so that we can pull a road back that way behind, because there's still area to build back here, some coastline. Okay, population in need. Another big laborer house, and let's see, we are... got a nice kind of big empty space through here that we can tap into. And I don't need every road to make that happen, but we're going to need at least a road back here. Let's get a double and run the road along there, but also run the road back there to link it up. Okay, and then we also need the manufacturers. We can get into the high rise now. We have most of what we need for that, and we'll get the rest soon enough. Alright, that's population taken care of, and cash flow once again increasing fairly rapidly. Now we have a good electricity and water totals. We just burnt through a lot of plywood pretty quickly. We're back in a pretty solid state. 2 South Appalachian. Well, that's us. Might get back out there on that world map and see what we can do. I wanted to get into our last 2 units. So let's get everybody reinforced first. And then we want to bring in... we're going to need to get 40 field guns made. First fire here for a little bit. We'll be fine though. Okay, I do not think we have a vehicle factory right now. Field guns and infantry tanks are going to come from steel alone, which we already have steel in production. So this This is going to give us a big step in that direction that we needed. Place this guy down here. Okay, we need more manufacturers. Another high-rise. Alright, we need a queue. We're going to need 40 field guns and 40 infantry tanks. It looks like we do have a few that we've picked up. So let's get both of those queued, and we will make enough. Get about 100 made. That'll cover a few units. Alright, so we're making cement now. The next step is to make cement and gravel for concrete. So let's get that concrete mixer placed somewhere. There's a great place for it. There we go. And I'm not sure that I have concrete or gravel. What was it? The other ingredient it needed? Gravel. Yeah, we only have 55. So the cement is starting to craft. We're at 27 already, but the gravel is just 55. So we are going to need gravel here very soon. Ooh, and that's our third tier. Technicians are now required for this concrete mixer, and you needed a water tower. Let's get a water tower. Let's put it over here. Nice little pocket there for it. Insufficient water. No, you're good. Just the workforce. Technicians. Third tier of housing. And yeah, we're good on that. That's not a problem. So, third tier housing it is. Wait, what was the quantity that you're going to provide us with? 30 technicians. That's not enough. We needed 35 for that first place. So let's make 2 houses. They should provide a higher cash flow, higher tax rate. Suddenly electricity's on the low side. That had a pretty high demand for it. Which means the diesel power plant is coming soon. So we need to start making diesel, which is going to come from crude oil. Let's go ahead and place the refinery, and then we'll sort out the crude oil. However, we probably want a proximity kind of thing, so I guess we could see just how far away the crude oil is going to be. Ooh. Island only, huh? It's all up this way. All of it. So, is there a way to use a port? Upkeep's expensive too. Let's figure out if we can. Let's see, transport buildings. That's shape and extend coastline. We've got to build a bridge. That seems to be the only way, otherwise we shape and extend the coastline. Make a land bridge of some kind. But looks like the shortest route is across here. Alright, so we're going to run the road now south. And that brings us right on over here. The oil is now linked. Let's go back and make sure that it's going to function okay. Yeah, it needs a water tower. Nothing quite like a closed network. So we have our crude oil coming to the depot, and then we have our refinery to take the crude oil and make diesel, and then we have our diesel power plant producing 501 units of electricity, or kilowatt hours of electricity. So we suddenly have a massive surplus to hold us over for quite some time. So in this nice little closed circuit, power will no longer be an issue. What is an issue is it did expend a lot of profit for us, but did not put us into a bad flow. It's just barely negative for now. And you can see that manufacturers are low, laborers are low, we can go ahead and bring in some additional ones, and that'll get us right back to the good. We did have a second fire while I was away. It looks like it was here. Get the repair done. We needed gravel for the cement mixer. This will take care of that, with the exception that we need a depot here as well. Go ahead and draw it in a little bit closer, because eventually we are going to grow and expand on this side of town, and that'll incorporate this whole area. Definitely learning to space things out a little bit better than before. Okay, so laborer high rise, as they are getting a little bit low. Let's go ahead and tuck that one in there. And then we need a manufacturer high rise, and we still have some space down here for that. Let's see. Yes, we can fit one in there, and we can fit one in here. That just means the road doesn't connect all the way, but that's okay. Yeah, no need for a road back there. That one's facing this side. Insufficient water. Water tower. Can I tuck that in back there? No, but I can tuck it in here. There's really no need for this road to link up through there. Alright, now is a good time to get our last 2 units on the go. So a field gun and an infantry tank. They're getting trained up pretty quick on that one. And how are we doing? Ooh, not terribly well. They're moving kind of slow, actually. So it's going to be a while. We'll have the artillery before we'll have that tank unit much sooner. So I'm going to hold off a little bit on, well, maybe not necessarily. I think we can move whenever we want to. Those guys have a good garrison, though. Those guys have a good garrison, so we'd have to kind of sweep around to the other side, but they have a good garrison. So yeah, we're going to just wait. I think one place we don't need to wait, though, is we can set up a garrison. Alright, we have unlocked the orchard here recently. Let's go ahead and get that one into play. And I think we've got this area out here available to us. I'm going to immediately go into double. I might as well. I know we would need it eventually. Okay, that's going to require some more laborers. Okay, 1 army unit is done. Okay, water supply. We still have that 3rd, there we go, water pump that we added in, and it's still upgradable. Alright, that brings us back up to a 150 balance for now. Ooh, public service. There's one we have not been into for a while. Let's get another fire station. I'm trying to know where the latest one might be. Well, out here to the edge would certainly still be a useful place for it. And we can add a police station out towards this end of town. We could add a clinic. We have one somewhere. There's where it's located. If we add a clinic out here next to this fire station and police station. Ooh, the high school. Okay. High school is available. We have an elementary out here, like right there. There we go. Our other army unit is ready. This one just needs water now, the high school. Oh, the high school has huge demands for water. Suddenly we have a -320 water pump. Is there another? There is one last water deposit. We are going to have to come up with alternate means here very soon. And let's go ahead and take the gravel road across. And let's go ahead and get this upgraded immediately. Even then, that's a small positive balance. We're going to need more. Looks like we could put in more laborers now to keep the cash flow high. Alright, we've got 2 units ready to deploy, so we're going to get them both deployed. It's going to take them 4 days to reach the group. That's fine. Another fire. Also, that's okay. Back to those public service buildings. So we have a high school now. Record label and radio stations are available for morale boosters. We need technicians and manufacturers to run these things. Ooh, there is a proximity here, so we're going to want to get this. Well, we've got a couple days to wait until our units are deployed and we can begin going on the attack again. But meanwhile, our development levels, we're at a level 7 for living. Agriculture, manufacturing are at 6. Utilities has just reached 7. Civics up to a 5. That was down to 3. So we've really picked that up with the latest additions that I just made. Transport up to a 9. Morale a 5. And military a 4. So military is kind of that next area we need to get into a little bit more. We've got that first unit, but what else are we doing for them? Well, let's start with this, because we absolutely have a negative balance here in a number of areas. So cellulose is producing nothing right now. We gotta find that one and see what's going on. Why is it lacking behind? It's not getting deliveries possibly, but bread is also in a big negative, and vegetables. I think it's time we start pushing into this eastern edge of town, and let's do so. Yeah, we have the capability of running proper roads now, and so we're going to do just that. And we'll get our first depot centralized for this area as we grow and expand into it. Let's increase the irrigation right away so we get the most out of that farm. Ooh, okay, things are getting worse here. We need to increase, but what are we going to increase? Where are we going to get? We have immigration interest, and morale is high, so I don't think we're going to be facing too much danger in terms of riots. Want to close that one off? Yes, that road's not going to go through very well. Let's take our road from here. Of course, that's just a side road. I'm just trying to get everything upgraded right now while I can. There we go. Okay. That takes care of the taxes situation. We need a power substation over here. Nice. We're able to squeeze that in right there. Clothes, newspapers, cloth, bread. Okay, meat and vegetables are still negative. Let's take care of those two. So meat and vegetables and fish. All right, more vegetables, more meat, more fish, all starting to go into circulation. We'll see if that already takes care of the numbers on that. Okay, the number of red items is definitely getting smaller. Vegetables still showing negative, but hopefully that's just because it hasn't finished a cycle yet. Clothes is very low supply and a negative, so let's try to take care of the clothes next. 2 bakeries and a clothier. That should help. But let's get back out to that world map and our armies here. We might as well finish this Atlantic coastline. And we'll see how capable... Boy, I thought they had defenses here. They do have the anti-militia. Well, we'll see. Yeah, there's that anti-militia. Kick it in. Not a victory, not yet, but look at that. We wiped them out. But they still have that garrison. So we took out the army. There you go. See, that's 90 damage, but only 12 on the, I guess, defense or something. That's why it's going to be a little bit of a process. Wow. Well, okay, it's down to 2. It is down to 2. So there were 3 units. We have wiped out one of them, but we definitely took some losses. It's going to take some time to break them down, and with the amount of losses we've taken, now we will reinforce before we engage again. All right, we've taken out one more. We're close. We're close to getting Florida. I'm also discovering how costly this is. We had about 550 handguns just a moment ago. We've got 200 less, and we're going to have to reinforce these guys again. So it is pretty costly to go after these well-defended locations. But we should be able to finish them off this time. There we go. Minimal losses this time in finishing them off. And Florida is ours. Looks like the Ozarks is well defended. The Hiawatha as well. Alright, well, let's get these guys reinforced. Alright, well, I guess with other enemies, controlling the coastline is going to be more important than inland, so we'll start with the Ozarks, then head up to the Hiawatha before moving on to Mesa Verde. But as we've already discovered, this is going to be a struggle. I think what we need to be doing sooner rather than later is we need to upgrade away from militia and get into some regular units. Killing off their militia was no problem, but finishing off their garrison is the difficulty. All right, getting back to the city for a little bit. Water supply is low already. Gosh, and we don't have a way to expand that any further without water purification plants, which will come at utilities level 8. I think we are at level 7 on utilities. Yes, we are. So we're pretty close on that, but it looks like we're going to need something additional here. More power. Wow, that just got a lot worse. Have I resource deposit depleted? Oh gosh. Here we go again. let's add in something like power substations. Periodically. Or windmills. That uses a few laborers. Power substation does use one. Okay, I'm curious what our diesel balance is like. There it is. It is a 0. Is this because I'm assuming this is a lot slower? Yeah, the diesel stock's full. Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's gaining. It's a +7. We've got 400. We can absolutely handle another major power plant, which, you know, it's going to come with upkeep, and we already have an ever so slightly negative balance. But it's going to give us 5 development points and push us ever closer to another level. We need to get that utilities up to level 8. It's as simple as that. We need more laborers. Let's go ahead and add in 2 high-rises back here. Okay, we're going to throw in a few windmills for just random power generation and give us that little bit closer to the mark we need to get. Speaking of mark, we have utilities, breakthroughs. That almost got us there. One more level and we'll get that water purification, which is going to require glass. We need glass too while we're at it. So let's try to sort that out in the meantime, because there will be some. All right, plastics, another thing we need. Ah, there it is. Okay. Glass is quartz and natural gas, which we're not producing either. Outside of the range of the depot now. Let's go ahead and add in another depot. Workforce. We need specialists. Okay. Well, that'll help with the finances that are doing really poor at the moment. Balance still negative. Still needs to be addressed, but we're still continually trying to throw things at this water problem. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. We are back to, we need the glassworks. We have some quartz, but we don't have, that's just a supply. We don't have a long-term supply, but natural gas, we have nothing. So let's start with the natural gas. Ah, well, there's quartz. We can do quartz. And we're already set up on the island over here, so I guess we'll start up here and just connect that up. Quartz there and quartz up here. Oh, that's more oil. Okay. Depot in between the two. Okay, natural gas comes from the crude oil, so we'll make that happen up here as well. And from that, glass production is now going to be possible. We've already set up the glass factory. The other things are there. We just have insufficient water. Uh-oh. Yeah, how do you trick that one? We need three glass. You know how you trick that one? We go find 3 more glass. there are places out here to salvage. Just need to locate 3 glass. There's glass right there. We'll get 9 from that, and then we'll be up and running here momentarily. So that's going to take care of the water shortage soon. Did I already? No, I have not constructed the water purification plant. Everything else is kind of good to go. So I'm going to wait a couple of days. There we go. We have enough glass. But you're not going to get... You're not going to run... Uh-oh. You're not going to run without water to make natural gas. We're going to have to get some natural gas on the market. Let's hope somebody's making some natural gas. Let's see here. We have a market right here. Alright, we will try to purchase some natural gas. Let's hope there's something out there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get these guys active again. We were going after the Ozarks. Alright, we take care of one of them at a cost. So we've got to reinforce. Alright, we already know how this is going to go as we take them down another notch and nearly finish. Ooh, wait, did we finish them off? Ooh, we took out 2 for 1. Okay, hey, that's progress. And have they leveled up? Yes, we have leveled them up. Okay, we can get them a tier 1 trait while buildings are on fire back. Oh, we have Mountain Fighter, Desert Warrior, Arctic Fox, Forest Ranger. That's a lot of what's around here. Though I think we're heading into some more rural areas for a while. I think we're going to see forest more than anything else, so we'll take the forest upgrade. We're going to reinforce. We are also going to move back towards the South Appalachian area as it's closer to our base, allowing us to reinforce more quickly as we break down the Hiawatha. Stability is gaining. We're up to 100% in the North Appalachian. We're at 84%, gaining 1% here in Florida right now, so that's happening quickly. Alright, back to the city for now. We've already got them maneuvered around, so they are where we want them to be, but it's going to take us a little bit to then translate that into something useful. Okay, the water situation is still bad. Do we have natural gas? No, we have not been able to acquire any natural gas yet. We could probably pause buildings that use water to force the natural gas situation. So let's slow this down and let's do just that. There's a lot of places that use water, like cement factories. Turn them off. Soup kitchen uses 30. Let's not turn off the brewery unless we have to. The juicery uses 50. Ooh, I think the high school used a lot. It doesn't even have enough electricity. It's not running. No, it doesn't have water. Suddenly we're down to 250. 60 for the orchard. Pause. Pause. Suddenly we're down to 120 on the deficit. Let's go see what else up here. Refinery. We have plenty for the moment. That cuts it down by 40. Okay, we have water. We just need power. Power. There we go. There we go. Okay. We're gonna have to obviously get all of these buildings back up and running, but sometimes you gotta just isolate certain situations to get through. Once we have 16 of this, I think we have enough. I think we only needed 14. And it has gone to the depot. We'll have 16 more here made shortly. Okay, we've got the glassworks working, which means we have enough glass. We can. Oh, we need a water source. No power substation. Okay. There, water. We have water, folks. We need more technicians, and we need to turn everything back on. We can get into high rises now for those technicians. Will this fit in this pocket? It does. Good. Yes, we are good to go. So anything with a pause button is going to get resumed. And then we will check in on how we compare against the other nations in the world. Okay, conquest. We're still the only ones. So that means turning it down that single level has caused too much, because we're past the point of where we were, or at least timeline wise in the same place we were. I've conquered a lot less than other nations had conquered, but that's a bad sign that they are not really doing much. In fact, they're really lagging behind. It's amazing how big of a difference it is turning the AI down by a single level. We are so far ahead of everybody else, and that's not because I'm doing that much better. I am doing better, but we should still be lagging behind others compared to the other one. I think we would be about third or fourth place, meaning average compared to the AI. That's where I should be. We have still not resolved the cash flow problem. Some new laborers would help. The manufacturers are good. The technicians are good. We're good on the specialists. Everybody's got okay, but we are lagging behind, partially because we just shut things down. So we're back up and running, but we are going to have to sort out some negative balances. We need to bring in more laborers. And then, of course, we'll get back out on the map and continue growing and expanding that way and taking North America in the short term. On the map, we've sorted out our one big problem, and we've resolved it permanently now. Water will not be an issue. Electricity should not be an issue going forward. We now have glass getting produced, so we have all of those basic resources. There's still a few areas we're not getting the galena for the lead and so on, so we need to get into those. So there's more development to happen, but there's also a lot more military to happen, right? That open research. We are 7s and 8s, which was about what we were at the end of the last playthrough, right? The civics is higher than it was with a 6. The morale's doing okay at a 6, but the military needs to now come up. We need to start upgrading away from just militia so that we can win those fights a little more quickly, a little more easily, a little less, hey, let's take 3 turns or 4 turns to wipe out and conquer one territory. We're getting there. It is a process, though. But checking back in on our balances, yeah, there's definitely some red once again. So there are some needs that are not quite being met. The ale, the newspapers, the gramophones, the clothes, which are all morale boosting things, are the ones in need at the moment. They will require staff, lower level staff, so that should help us with the balance on the taxes as we address those before we proceed into growing into new things. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.